Hello, my name is Jeffrey. This is the Inquisitive Universe, and today we're going to be talking about the best phone for my money that you can be picking up right now under 200,000 Naira. Let's get started. Alright, so a few months back, I did a video talking about the best phones you can pick up under 200k, and this phone made my list. And a lot of people were like, Jeffrey, how can you be sidelining phones from more illustrious brands for this one? Are you sure you are making this video and you are putting this phone ahead? Can you even use this phone? Well, yes, actually, it's right here. Money where my mouth is. You know, I would never recommend a smartphone, especially at that 200k level, that I wouldn't use myself. So this is the device. This is the Itel P55 5G, and we're here to talk about if this is a good device, if it is what's being called the best phone in the sub 200,000 Naira category right now. So let's talk about it. Now, first off, the Itel P55 5G is a budget device. It comes from a line of device that's the Itel P series that are usually battery focused, P for power, but this one seems to be more focused on performance, right? So it brings performance and battery power together in a very simple compact package, right? Now this one was announced last year, actually around September, October of 2023. Its successor is already out now, the P65, but personally I still believe that this one is still worth getting. So that's what we're here to discuss. Let's start off with the review. This video was made in partnership with Pointech. Pointech is the one-stop gadget shop for all your tech needs, from smartphones, smartphone accessories, games, content creation tools, lighting, and so much more. When it comes to gadgets, we've got you covered. Our staff are here to make your shopping very easy and stress-free. So if you live in Warri, Efrun, Ughelli, Sapele, Abraka, Patani, Yanagwa, and environs, please visit us today at the Delta Mall, Efrun Roundabout. This is the place where quality meets affordability. Pointech, phones and more. Now, the first thing first, we want to talk about the body of this phone. It's plastic. It's a plastic phone. Yeah, you really need to know that. Plastic frame, plastic back. The SIM tray with, two SIMs and, the micro SD slot is on the left side. Volume rocker, power button on the right-hand side. The top is bare, the edges are curved, and everything is happening at the bottom. Everything is happening at the bottom here. There's the speaker, there's a USB-C port, there's a microphone, and there is the 3.5mm jack for your earphones, right? So this device does not have any IP protection, no dust, no water protection, so you have to take care of your phone. There's also no screen protection as well, apart from the the small cellophane that they put in the front. So you need to go and slap a tempered glass. Slap it on there. It will cost you nothing. Just slap it on there and protect your device. So that's the first one. Secondly, we're going to move on and we're going to be talking about the display. Now, this is the very first low point of this device. Now, remember, I said it's a budget phone. It comes with a 6.6-inch 720p IPS LCD display with 90 Hz. If you're used to 1080p displays, this one is going to feel like a letdown for you, depending on your tolerance level. But if you're used to 1080p displays, I wouldn't really recommend this for you. If you're used to 720p displays or you don't mind the display quality, then this is going to be okay for you. The 90 Hz refresh rate does kick in and it does work very fast. I have seen some reviews online talking about like there's a certain amount of touch lag, especially when you're playing games with this one. I haven't experienced it myself. I haven't seen it. I've only heard about it. I haven't experienced that with this one. I needed to get that out. But for the display here, it's a 720p display. For the price that they are offering this, which we'll get to, I really don't see the problem with that, because nearly all of the phones under the 200,000 Naira the sub 200,000 Naira category, they all use 720p displays without exception. All of them. So I really wouldn't hold that against this device considering the price, right? But if you're used to higher or better displays, higher resolution displays or better displays, then you may want to avoid this one. So let's move on. Let's talk about the performance. Nearly every phone, right, under the sub 200,000 Naira category, they use an assortment of the G80, the G81, the G85, the G88, the G91, and all that. They use all of that. If you don't see that, maybe you see the old Snapdragon 680 or more popularly now, you'd see Unisoc T606, T610, T612, maybe even a T615, the odd T615 and all that. Now, all of these SoCs usually score around 250k on Antutu. This one bucks that trend. It comes with a MediaTek Dimensity 6080 that scores double that. It scores well over 400,000 points on Antutu. Well over 400,000. Does that, which means that it's going to blaze through most tasks that you throw at it. Social media, not a problem. Gaming, your eFootball, your PUBG Mobile, your Free Fire, all of that, Genshin Impact, it's going to take all of them. Call of Duty with a breeze. None of them, I haven't seen any of them give this smartphone any problem. Although you really don't want to be pushing the higher settings, medium settings is fine. Medium settings is okay. You really don't want to over push this, right? When it comes to emulation, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, not a problem for this device. Sega, not a problem for this device. The only thing that it's going to struggle with Nintendo Switch, right? So Nintendo Switch emulation is, the Switch emulation is something that won't work on this one, but everything else is okay. Don't play Warzone on this one. Warzone will not work, but nearly all of the other Android native titles, most of them are going to run flawlessly on this device, right? And then in addition, it also brings 5G. Performance on this device is excellent considering the price point. Now, with that being said, let's move on to another low point of this device I consider low point, and that's the cameras. It comes armed with a 50MP main camera, a 0.08MP auxiliary camera. Why did they still do that in 2024, right? And then in front, there's an 8MP selfie. The main camera on the back records videos of 1080p at 30 fps. The one at the front records 720p video. So here are the pictures. Tell me what you think. For me, for my money, right, it's average. It's dirt average. But then again, considering the price point, there's really not much to complain about. It's just average, right? That's just what it is. Average. I'm giving these pictures like basically a 4/10, just a pass basically. So now let's flip over. Let's talk about like the video coming out from the main camera at 1080p. It can record up to 2K, right? Up to 2K video, but we recorded this at 1080p at 30 fps. So you tell me what you think. Is this good enough for you or not? So you've looked at it, right? Let's move on. Let me show you the selfie, the video from the selfie camera. Yeah, have you seen that? Tell me what you think. Is it okay? You'd be the judge of that, really. If to smoothen this deal, please try to watch it at least 1080p or 720p, just to like get the feel of how this looks like. Yeah. So let's move on. Let's talk about batteries. Yeah, we should talk about batteries now. This one has a 5000 mAh battery with 18 watts of fast charge. It will take you all day on a single charge. I've tried it all day with about 8 hours of screen on time, and then the 18 watts fast charge that's bundled with this one will top up the phone in about an hour, 45-50 minutes, 2 hours thereabouts, depends. So that's for the batteries. Now the pricing of this one is, rather, it was around 175,000 naira, but with all the Black Friday mumbo jumbo going on, I picked this up from Pointech for 155,000 naira for the 6GB RAM 128GB variant. For the 6GB RAM 128GB variant, I've always told people, if you are going to buy devices like this, you must pick something over 4GB, right? Because 4GB is the new 2GB now, so you've got to do better than that. And I picked it up for 155k. I've heard that it could be cheaper elsewhere, but this is how much I bought this unit you're seeing right here in my hands. So other stuff about this phone you may want to know: there's Bluetooth 5, there's Wi-Fi 5, there's all the sensors that you'd expect, proximity, accelerometer, gyroscope, compass, and all that. They're all there. The ports, again, the connection port is a USB-C, it's a 2.0 port, so keep that in mind. The speaker is fairly loud, yeah, and all that. So basically it's your run-of-the-mill budget device with a key standard. It has got a very impressive MediaTek Dimensity 6080 5G processor. This phone has got 5G. So What do I not like about this device? Simple, the cameras. Yeah, the cameras and the display resolution. I really don't like about those two, but I am not complaining about it because at this price point, it is expected. What do I love about this device? MediaTek Dimensity 6080, great performance for gaming, for your apps, 5G, and of course, it's decent fast charge and it's wonderful battery life. So that's it for the video. Who should be getting this? People who want to game on a budget. Yes, all of you messaging me and saying, Jeffrey, this phone good for eFootball or is it not good for eFootball? This is your smartphone. If you're willing to put up with the display and the camera, down points, this is your smartphone. So those of you who are looking for a device that will give you great performance, those of you who are looking for a device that will, get your day-to-day activities in order, those of you who are looking for a second phone with 5G connectivity, those of you who are looking for 5G, those of you who are looking for great battery life, those of you who are gamers on a budget, this is your phone. Who should not be buying this? People who are focused on camera. If you're looking for a camera-centric phone, you have no business being in the under 200k category. You shouldn't be here. And then those of you who view content on your display that it's very important to you, this is not the phone for you. Get something with 1080p, which means you'll be spending well over 200k. But if you can deal with, in fact, I'm not convincing you, get something over 200k. You shouldn't really be here. Yeah. So that's that. With that, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you very much for coming. My name is Jeffrey. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's small actions like yours that help small channels like mine grow. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.